please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
We have the management of IRB Infra with us. Yes, IRB Infra is the stock in focus. Remember, that's on the back of the promoter buying close to around 1% in IRB InvIT Fund. To discuss that and more, we're joined by Mr. Mhaiskar, the CMD of the company. Hi, Mr. Mhaiskar. Thanks so much, sir, for joining and pleasure talking to you as always. You picked up around 1% in InvIT, IRB InvIT. Tell us your plans. Do you expect to increase your stake further from here? And also importantly, the promoter entity, that's the IRB group. Are they looking at increasing stake out there as well?
Yeah, very good afternoon. Yes, we at IRB have been holding around 16% stake in the trust, and in my personal capacity also, I have gone ahead and bought a substantial chunk very recently. We believe that at an earning growth of 3 rupees per quarter, considering the concession life of next 18-20 years, it's a decent pricing at which it would make around 15-16% kind of an IRR on a AAA rated product, which to my mind is a phenomenal return considering where the GSEC is at today, around 8%. So I think the underlying assets are very strong. They cover almost 400 kilometers of the golden quadrilateral length. True. And the quality of assets we are very well averse of. I mean, we very well know about them.
Right.
Yes.
Mr. Mhaiskar, just getting back to the first part of the question, you had bought some stake in your personal capacity in the InvIT, IRB InvIT. We are aware of that. Yes. What we're asking you is, will you buy more stake in the InvIT? And the second part, the sponsorer, that's IRB Infra, the listed company, will that be looking at increasing stake? Two-part question, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, so IRB already has bought almost 50 crores worth of units in the last 1 year, and we would certainly look at that option also for increasing the stake in InvIT going forward. But presently, as you rightly mentioned, as a promoter, I have bought the units in my personal capacity. And I look at it as a very phenomenal investment considering where the price is and the kind of earning profile the trust has. Okay. So for now, the purchasing has been in my personal capacity, and I would certainly like to add more because I have full faith on the assets that the trust holds, and they look to be very promising to me.
Hi, Mr. Mhaiskar. Good afternoon, sir. Any concerns that have been raised by investors because of the kind of shave-off that we've seen in the unit value?
Frankly speaking, no, we haven't seen any investor concern. Yes, there is certainly an anxiety as to why the price has underperformed, but to my mind, it is more because of lack of understanding of the product. We have to keep in mind that this was the first time somebody did an InvIT structure in India, and the product is still not well understood. There are some hiccups which we have taken with the regulatory bodies also with regard to the lot size and the kind of taxes and fees that one has to pay for buying this particular product. But other than that, if we look at the investor profile, I think most of the large names that hold these units, they have all increased their stake over a period of time. So I don't see a concern as such or lack of confidence, but I think the underlying assets also have performed well. So no such concern has been seen as from these investors.
All right. The tone that we're getting, Mr. Mhaiskar, is that you're sounding confident, you're sounding bullish on your own business, you've increased stake, and you're saying that, in fact, in the InvIT, all the large shareholders, they do continue to hold stake. So that's a positive commentary that's coming in there. But importantly, since it's an InvIT, what's going to be the distribution this year? The street is working with a number, I think, of around 10 to around 12. I think you have indicated that in the past as well. That's on the cards, right? No change there.
Yes, InvIT, if you look at the past distribution profile or the kind of cash flow visibility that it has, it should be able to distribute earnings of around 3 rupees per quarter. So if you just look at a 12 rupee kind of a return on a 76, 77 rupees kind of a InvIT unit price at the moment, it gives you a 15-16% kind of a return on a AAA rated product. And with GSEC being at 8%, I think it's a very phenomenal return given where the market is and given where the other investment opportunities exist as on date.
Mr. Mhaiskar, let's talk about IRB Infra then. What is the ordering activity from NHAI looking like? I mean, I think the last time we had spoken, you had said for FY19 you could bag orders to the tune of about 9,000 odd crores. What is the update so far and what's the pipeline looking like?
Yeah, so if we look at FY18, as we had said, around 1,22,000 crores worth of orders were given out by NHAI. And out of those, around 70,000 crores were hybrid annuity and BOT together. In that, our market share was around 12%. We backed close to 9,000 crores of orders. And as you rightly said, yes, we have guided for this year also a similar kind of a run rate. And considering an election year, I think the government would be working towards rolling out these orders on a faster pace. That's my understanding. And with now NHAI getting a full-time chairman, I expect this activity to pick up very soon. So my sense is that another 70,000 to 1 lakh crore kind of ordering I am expecting to happen in this financial year. And certainly we will like to maintain our market share in that as what we had last year.
So 7,000 to 8,000 crores is at least something that we could work with, Mr. Mhaiskar, if I just derive those numbers. All right, let's move on then. You know, in the past, you've been saying that you're at advanced stages of closing around 3 HAM products, that's hybrid annuity model projects. Is that happened? Is there any progress out there?
Yes. So as regards the project awards that happened in by March 18, all these projects need to achieve financial closure. Probably as a sector as a whole, there has been a lot of concern whether the financial closure will happen on time or not. Certainly with the shrunk lending community, there is a concern. But as regards IRB is concerned and where the talks are presently, I can surely say that we should be achieving the financial closure on all the 3 hybrid annuity projects as well as the BOT projects in next 1 or 2 months. I expect the hybrid annuity financial closure to get announced probably 1 or 2 of them this month itself, and the balance 2 in the coming month. So I'm very confident that we should be able to declare these closures very soon. And given the strong balance sheet strength of the company, I don't see any issue in terms of achieving this closure in time.
All right, Mr. Mhaiskar, you know, since we have you with us, you had bought some stake even in IRB Infra. If I look at the disclosures in this quarter itself, you had bought roughly around 5 lakh shares, if I'm not mistaken. Two-part question. Are you looking at increasing stake in the listed company, that's IRB Infra, because the stock price has corrected by more than 100 rupees from the recent high? And also there's a lot of speculation out there that IRB Infra could be looking at divesting some stake in the company. Please clarify on that, sir.
As regards IRB is concerned, you are right. I bought 500,000 shares in this past 3 months, and I will certainly look at adding more given where the price is. I think the concern has overblown as regards the whole sector is concerned, and differentiation between the companies which have strong performance track record and stronger balance sheet and the ones which are not having that has not been made. And across the sector, I think we have seen a significant correction as far as the stock price is concerned. And I certainly feel that it's a good entry point for making more investment, and I would certainly look at adding more.
Yes, sir. What about the second part, sir? Is there any possibility that IRB Infra, you're adding stake, so the promoter stake is moving higher, but is there a possibility that you could be diluting some stake to any kind of interested parties?
No, I don't think there is any truth in terms of those news flows are concerned. We continue to hold a significant portion of the shareholding, and we don't have any plans of divesting or raising any equity at this point in time.
So, Mr. Mhaiskar, you're clarifying here on CNBC-TV18 that IRB Infra is not in talks and not looking at any kind of stake sale, right?
Yes, we are not in talks for any kind of stake sale at this point in time. And we have a strong balance sheet to execute the existing set of projects. We are fully well funded to undertake these projects. And we also have a QIP resolution in place in case if we end up winning TOT project or get any significant orders going forward. So I don't see a need to immediately raise capital at this juncture. We are well capitalized, and we are also on track to achieve the financial closure very soon.
Right.
So we will start the rollout of these projects once the closure is done, and then look at winning new orders going forward.
But in this fiscal, the QIP is not possible.
I don't think there is any need to do a QIP this fiscal, because as I said, we are sitting on a cash of 1,500 crores and we are well funded for the existing ongoing projects.
Okay.
The outstanding equity requirement for the 4 new projects plus the balance equity on the existing projects is around 2,600 crores.
Right.
And if you look at the cash generation of almost 1,300 crores on an annual basis, the equity required to be deployed over next 3 years is very well funded.